a beef ribeye steak, which is a prime meat. And I'm also going to be making pork loin chops. Today the goal is to do this on the stove, a stovetop steak. It's usually very juicy, but for the pork loins, I'll be doing that in the oven. It would be with grilled shrimp. I have some broccoli here, some herbal, including some parsley and cilantro, and I have this nice, beautiful onions. I will be cooking the steak with this as well. We're going to use Rosemary Australian red wine for the wine reduction and also to cook the steak. We have the grilled seasoning from Dorothy Lane here in Ohio, which I think will be quite interesting. The first thing we're going to do is clean out our steak. So the first thing we're gonna do is get our steak all cleaned out. As you can see, it's beautiful, not too much fat, usually no bone. So this is really nice. So what I'm gonna do first is get this all nice and clean. Let me open up the pork loins for you to see as well. It's nice. The beautiful thing about this is a bit brown, which is nice. It actually shows that it's aged better and it's just a lot nicer. So first thing, like I said, is to clean this all out. Try to make sure you get any excess whatever theme here that hangs out. I'm not sure what the name is, but we're just gonna make sure it's very clean and it's nice. And we'll do the same for the pork. Kind of rub it. So the next thing we're going to do is get our seasoning. Again, this is my first time using this particular seasoning. It has salt, it has sea salt and garlic and all the good stuff, if we could get it. It's right here. It's beautiful and nice. So right here, what I'm going to do is I'm gonna scoop it out and rub it all in. Just get it all crusted, especially the top, because you want that nice crust. And I'm not gonna put that much at the bottom, just a little bit. For my pork, I'm going to use the same thing, simply because I want the same. And again, it's for any kind of meat, but it's great for steak. So afterwards, you could marinate this for 30 minutes or actually for 24 hours if you want to. The good thing is, once you have it all wrapped up, you could just put it in your fridge and just wait for when you need it. The next thing is we're gonna get this onto the stove. Hear that sizzle. And we're gonna make sure that it's not too high. So the next thing we're gonna do, as the steak is on the stove, I'm yet to put the pork chop in to the oven, in which I'll do shortly, is to get our nice beautiful onions. I'm going to remove the skin. That's all we're doing. And if you don't have this in your town or in the store, you could just simply get like a bigger one and just get that cut. The other good thing about this is with steak, you could easily put things like herbs. My favorite is rosemary, and we're gonna add the wine. So one thing, obviously, that I like doing is rosemary is one of my favorite herbs. It goes literally with everything. And then you put the onions to the side. Isn't that beautiful? And then your wine. And you just let that cook a little bit more. That is nice. That is just amazing. Everywhere smells really good. And now you just let it just do the do. Like you let it cook. As you can see, I'm not sure how you like your steak. My husband likes it well done. But with the well done, there's a way you could get it still soft and juicy, especially if you add something like a red wine or some type of stock or something. It just really still helps. So I'm gonna let this sit and cook in its own juice. You do not need to add oil to this because it's really not necessary, and because my steak doesn't have too much fat, it's still going to be great regardless. So for my pork chop, I'm not putting wine in it. This, I'm just going to drizzle a little bit of water on it. That's the way I like it because I don't want it to dry out. Pork tends to dry out quickly, so I don't want that. I'm just going to drizzle a little bit more water. Look at how beautiful. I'm still gonna use my onions. I'm still gonna use the rosemary, and we're gonna pop this right in the oven. So to make our herbal topping that I'm going to use on the steak as well as the wine reduction, I took a tablespoon or thereabout. I mean, you could gauge it the way you want, of cilantro, green onions, and parsley, and that was blended here with olive oil. You could use any kind of oil that you want, but this I'm going to add. As you can see, I'm going to add to the steak. After which, I will be steaming this beautiful, beautiful broccoli. These are baby broccolis. They just look better, and I just love the flowers in there. It just makes for a great presentation if you're trying to do this for a spouse, for a date or something. It's just really nice. And we'll be doing that shortly. Next is I'm going to teach you how to plate this. So we're done with the steak. As you can see, it's all done. It's not fully well done. It's, I would say, well done or medium done, if you put it that way. And we're gonna be plating. It looks a mess now, but we're going to fix it. Put your shrimp to the side, and you could just kind of play around with it a little bit. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. We have our beautiful baby broccolis here. I'm just going to lay that for my topping. I decided not to do the wine reduction because I felt like the seasoning I used was just a little bit, it just has so much going on. So I'm going to use the herbal mix, but before then I will be putting butter. Like so. Drizzle it, and this is just more fresh and just has like it would reduce a lot of the saltiness in the spice. Voila, have our nice steak dish, and this is incredible. Something you could serve your husband or even yourself just to have fun.